Welcome to another edition of the Fortune Runner Wealth Podcast with your host, Tony Drake. Greetings again. I have a very important talk, and we're going to talk about cryptocurrencies and its potential to generate wealth. As we all know, last year, 2017, there was a major meltdown in the cryptocurrencies market with regard to those who were investing money in mining companies such as BitConnect, etc. Millions of people, it seems, lost billions of dollars using those platforms. And all of them packed up, left with literally billions of people's earnings and cryptocurrencies, their money, and they split. Here is the main thing that I would like to point out regarding people and investments like that. A lot of people lost money. A lot of people made money, but a lot of people thought that those systems would have longevity, and they thought that those entities had endurance and that they could rely on them because they were making so much money and they were able to compound and compound and compound. But they didn't look at the other side of that. And that other side is the mining aspect. And there's no amount of mining except the derivatives market that could offer those kind of returns. But the derivative markets can only create those kind of terms and actually give those kind of returns on huge amounts of speculation that the average person simply does not have. So let's come back down to earth. So many people lost their money because they wanted to invest in something and leave it up to that entity to provide them those kind of returns, even with the compounding and the referrals, because this is what was occurring. So you were bringing in massive amounts of people putting their money into these platforms, and they lost everything. Many people lost everything. And there was no accountability towards those entities because no one knew who owned them. And that was the part of the game. So let's go back to my point regarding returns. The only way, well, not the only way, but let's look at this thing practically. How could one get those kind of returns using cryptocurrencies based on mining the cryptocurrencies? And that is, you need a massive amount of mining. And most of the mining platforms, the huge ones, are private. And they're not mining for other companies. So looking at that, where was all of this mining power coming from to generate those kind of returns? Those people who invested in those platforms, many of them were amateurs and had no idea what the bigger picture looked like. And it was basically a pyramid, and the management of the pyramid and how much money went up and how much money could go back out, while at the same time moving certain amounts of money into the creators of these platforms' accounts and making themselves unfindable. So, can cryptocurrencies increase one's wealth? I don't have a simple answer for that, but I can say this with certainty because I invested in Bitcoin and I did make a profit, but I also lost money because even I put a little money into some of those platforms. Little money, not much. But here's the most important thing that I learned regarding those platforms: that there was no accountability, and I was unwilling to recognize that. Where was the mining power going to come from? Who are the owners? What guarantees do we have? There was no accountability. And because people were making money, they didn't ask for accountability, not the masses who were putting their money into those platforms. But on the flip side of that, there is a bright side to it. And that bright side is this: Every cryptocurrency, at least the top, let's say, 20 cryptocurrencies, they have a purpose. They have a use. They're connected to a platform or a technology or a service. But Bitcoin itself is not connected to anything. It acts as a type of money. In fact, it is the only cryptocurrency that, and its similarities, such as Bitcoin Cash, etc., any coin like that that's not connected to a product or service that solves a major problem, those kinds of cryptocurrencies will fluctuate in the market because they act as money and they're not connected to anything tangible. Where a product like Ethereum is actually linked to a service, or other cryptocurrencies that's directly connected to a product or service, like Veritasium, which is a token, but it has a complete platform for making income by buying risks. You buy this amount of risk for this amount of reward. So there are cryptocurrencies and tokens that are valuable because they're connected to a product and service. I would always be leery of any token or cryptocurrency that is not connected directly to a product or service, or any platform that says put money here and we'll mine cryptocurrencies for you. Now, there's some reputable ones like Gemini and a few others, but if you really want to put your money into mining cryptocurrencies, the most important thing you have to look at is how can you get past the mining and look for an alternative. There's always an alternative when it comes to a cryptocurrency. You can mine it, you can trade it, you can just buy it and hodl it. You can do a number of things. But you can also purchase what is called master nodes. And a master node is basically a device which allows you to become a what is called a person who actually helps oversee transactions and make sure that the blockchain is properly processing these transactions, etc. So having a master node is much better than mining cryptocurrencies or trading cryptocurrencies. This is not what's talked about in the crypto space. Having master nodes. Some master nodes are affordable, some of them are expensive. But at least having a master node, which is basically being a authority, so to speak, who oversee transactions and making sure that the blockchain transactions go through, it is less riskier to have a master node than to mine cryptocurrencies or to trade them on an exchange. And we all now know that exchanges are very dangerous. And millions of people have lost money, got money locked up on exchanges. So we have to be leery of two things: mining cryptocurrencies, which is often not even worth it, or trading cryptocurrencies on exchanges like Mt. Gox, the big debacle. But there have been many others, break-ins, thefts into these exchanges, just craziness. The exchanges are, to me, the weak link in the cryptocurrency markets. So again, a master node, and I want you guys to look carefully into master nodes because they unlock the keys to actually obtaining wealth through cryptocurrencies. There's another one that I will be sharing with you in time, but it's our own IP, intellectual property. Now, what we are producing is something that is so profound. It is mining, and it will be a master node within the mining construct, connected to software on your phone, pretty much like Veritasium, but its energy source is going to be incredible. So look for that. And if anyone's interested, you can email me at fortunerunnerllc@gmail.com. Please email me and let me know if you're interested in this platform that we are creating, which is a powerful IP. And in my opinion, I imagine that it can change the entire cryptocurrency industry overnight, literally, because it solves the major problems that cryptocurrencies have right now. So again, can cryptocurrencies create wealth? Yes, I think they can, but not the way they are being presented today. And that is basically buying, mining, and trading, because you're on exchanges. And now that the big money has come into the cryptocurrencies market, and now they can sway the market any way they want to through exchanges, then, everyone who's in the cryptocurrencies market, who's either trading, hodling, or mining, they're all vulnerable now because the big money, the Wall Street money, has entered the cryptocurrencies market. And now they manipulate and control it for the most part. But what we have in our IP, cryptocurrencies, mining, the price will come down dramatically, almost to zero. Listen to this. The next element is the exchanges will not be able to control and manipulate the cryptocurrencies. That's 2. 3, it will not be a handful of programmers or developers who control the bulk of the cryptocurrencies anymore. And then finally, the popularity of cryptocurrencies will come full mainstream. Those are the 4 main problems that cryptocurrencies are having. So can cryptocurrencies create wealth? Yes, through masternodes and the IP that we will have coming out this year. Those will be the major elements and components of creating wealth through cryptocurrencies, not the way it is being done right now. Because right now it's very selfish and it is very expensive to get into. And most of the transactions like Bitcoin is just ridiculous. I remember at one point where just to do a transaction for $50, you had to pay $15 or $20 to do a $50 transaction. These programmers set it up in such a way where there was so much backed up traffic in doing Bitcoin transactions that they charged more for a simple transaction. If you were doing a $20 transaction, your transaction could be held up for weeks. This was just last year. So we don't have to look at the cryptocurrencies market in a negative way. We just have to understand who's been controlling it and who's been manipulating it. Now, can we mine cryptocurrencies profitably? Absolutely. Can we trade cryptocurrencies without the manipulative, speculative Wall Street money coming in and controlling the whole gambit? Yes, we can. Can we reduce the cost of cryptocurrencies mining down to zero? Yes, we can. And 4th, can we make cryptocurrencies popular in the mainstream? Absolutely. And yes, we can. Stay tuned for more information on this subject with the Fortune Runner podcast. Thank you. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel and add likes if you value the essence of what is shared on the Fortune Runner podcast. This is 2019. We will go much deeper and much broader. Success is necessary.